Hello everybody, Mr. Moo here in the cockpit, here in Elite Dangerous, here in the Bifrost, and here... watching the Navicomp chug and struggle away on a new course. Because we're out in deep space. We're out in really deep space, and I wanted to, best way to put it is, I wanted to stress test what the Navicomp could do after Frontier made those changes. Moment, quick microphone adjustment here. Athador, hello there! Also a big howdy to Mad Biker Wolf. Hey there, welcome to the stream. See, everybody's starting to take their place here. Let's see. So yeah, Navicomp's chugging away. We're up to 75%. And why is it having such a hard time, you might ask? Well, that would come down to the region we're in. As you can see, the Navicomp is just kind of going, holy crap, look at all the choices I gotta cut through. Bounty hunting while sick isn't a good idea. I lost track of my target, hit a cop, got blown out of the sky, and now I have a legacy bounty for 6 days. Ouch. Yeah, no good. No good. So this is what we've got for a galaxy map at the moment. We're going to the other side of the core. This will be a personal first for me. I've never actually gone beyond Sag A star. So, this is going to be a bit of a learning experience. Whee! As always, I've got a Hank at my feet, an Alex in my ears, and a Yuki. She's a Yuki. She does what a Yuki does. Alright, well, course is laid in, so... Let's see what we can, let's see what we can see here. Check my ship stats here. FSD's at 99%. I made one boosted jump. No big deal. Off we go. See while we're charging for jump here. Shout out to 2 more crew members who've joined up. That's Terminus 1961 and Blade Phoenix. Thank you so much for following. Hope you enjoy the show. Hope you enjoy your time here. Feel free to pop in, ask any questions, chat, commiserate, etc. Right now we're just kind of pushing through the galactic bar, the core regions. And if you haven't been here before in Elite, it is a hell of a sight. Stars just kind of fill the sky. Way beyond anything you would see out in the bubble. Never ceases to amaze me when I'm coming out here. Yeah, as we get away from the star here, as we get away from the glare, you can really see just how much more populous the stellar geography is here. Stellar geography? Is that the right term? Well, it's going to be the right term. It's a crowded zone. We'll call it. We'll leave it at that. And we got a Neutron. Okay, well, we're about to go very, very fast. System map.
System cartography.
I don't think this is high metal, but I don't think that's an ammonia world, but we'll have a quick look at that just in case. Commander Budman was saying that you don't just have to listen into a planet, you can actually see it on the hologram. Said it looks like kind of a bird or a fish in the lower left quadrant of the hologram, so... Well, since I always sucked at magic eye puzzles. There we go. Just wanted to get the charge going. Then we can divert quick. And we'll see if this counts as a bird or a ducky. And if not, then we learned what it doesn't look like. He said I was leaving so many ammonia worlds behind, and I'm like, I am? Like, yeah. Just, you know, if you can't hear it, then here's what to look for. Okay. Hank, don't go eating that. That's good. Good, Hank. Just sit. And yeah, Mad, when I get a legacy bounty like that, like, well, time to equip for some deep space exploration, because I'm not doing anything else in the bubble for a while. High metal content. Alright, so this isn't an ammonia. Got it. Resume course.
Selecting next system en route.
224 light years. Another neutron star. We're going to be covering a lot of ground real quick here. Mythdal, happy snow from the south. Heard about that. It was colder in Jackson than it was in Seattle, from what I heard. System map.
System map.
Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Boost activated.
Sky is falling, snowmageddon, end of the world. I sip my hot cocoa with Captain Morgan in it. You! I like you. I like the you think. That's how you get through a blizzard.
Fuel scooping.
And I guess now would be a good time to top off the tank since, you know, needle's starting to point towards the E. System map.
System cartography.
What do we got here? We got nothing.
Fuel scooping complete.
So I found a neat little warp speed calculator online, and I punched in the numbers because it takes about 21 seconds, 21 seconds to complete a hyperspace jump from countdown to reversion. And I was doing 234 light years, so 234 light years in 21 seconds. And on this calculator, I pushed the button and checked, and it came out to something like warp 731 on the old scale. Which again just reinforces my conclusion that warp drive is about the slowest-assed way you can make it through space. Other than, you know, rockets. Work, yep. A new day, a new travel. We're cutting straight through the core via the bar structure, the center of the galaxy.
Fuel scooping.
Nope, I've never been beyond the core.
Fuel scooping.
So I figured, you know what? I'm already here. Let's keep going. System map.
System map.
Galaxy map.
Stellar cartography.
Because here's where we are right now. We're going to try to cut through the core to about here. And then maybe keep on going. We may end up going to Beagle Point. Why? I don't know. It's there. So I'm going to try to treat it a little bit better than most people treat Everest. Another microphone adjustment here, pardon the sound. Rumble, 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 grind, screech, yeah. Did I reach the core? No, I didn't. I was, me and Meow were heading kind of in that direction for New Year's Eve.
Fuel scooping.
And, well, my voice gave out. My voice gave out 8 hours into a 12-hour, hopefully 12-hour stream, and it never quite got there. Ended up sounding like Christian Bale's Batman. No good. No bueno. Fortunately, only temporary. And then work kicked in for Niao really hard. Started kicking her ass because of the revelation of, what is it, Spectre and Meltdown. Oh, what a mess. Yep, doing better now. Doing better now, but yeah, she's... Hopefully we can get something going over the weekend. May even stream it again. Seemed to go over well with the crowd.
Fuel scooping complete.
System map.
System cartography.
A lot of gas giants, not too much though in the way of really, really interesting, neat stuff. But yeah, if you haven't heard about Meltdown and Spectre, go look those up. Interesting read. The white paper on it is, whoa, hello, Neutron star. System map.
System map.
Neutron stars like this can be a pain in the ass, both from just looking at and possibly effects on your processor. Resume course.
System destination locked.
Now we gotta pop into this thing.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
This isn't the fastest spinning neutron star I've seen, but it's up there. Bobo, hey there. How are you doing this fine Thursday? Oh, almost the weekend, and I promise I am not so out of it this time that I forget what day of the week it is. Oh, last week I didn't even know what day it was. Doing alright. We're, we don't have any kind of major blizzard going like on the East Coast. A little chilly, that's what a heater's for. Other than that, just relaxing, chatting, crossing space at unfathomable speeds. You know. Thursday. Ended up having some chats the other day about somebody else used to work in radio, and oh, memory lane, it's like I got mugged.
Fuel scooping.
Just got an hour into the New Year's stream on YouTube. I'll take your time. It gets a little rough near the end. Resume course?
Selecting next destination.
But no, talking about just going into radio and working in radio for a while. I got my big break there at the station when the previous person, who I was replacing, saw a tornado warning coming down the line and lost all composure and basically started screaming, "We're all gonna die," in a way that made Denethor look like Walter Cronkite in terms of being composed. So, I ended up with a job. And that place was a mess. Nothing was grounded. Oh, gas giant with ammonia. Resume course?
Locking next star system.
Nothing was grounded out in any of the studios. The radio station was actually 3 stations built into a bank. And nothing was grounded properly. You would... Well, I got a static shock off of a light switch, and it ended up triggering every button on the board, firing off every commercial simultaneously, because there were multiple stacks of cartridge decks, so you could get your commercials all lined up. No air conditioning. There was actually one we had an antenna on site, and one of the transmitters was actually in the building. Well, you kind of need air for that, but... Like, what? None of the ductwork was actually hooked up to anything. We checked. System map.
System map.
Pretty crowded for a neutron star. Resume course?
Locking system destination.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating.
You cooked that one a little hard. Let's try that again. A little lower speed this time.
Boost activated.
That's better. So you had one room, kind of in the back, just kind of a closet that they managed to cram an old transmitter into. along with all the server gear and satellite equipment. And you had breadboards like zip tied to the ceiling. Yeah, I think it was. Just didn't think about it. Got too busy rambling. So you had breadboards zip tied to the fire sprinkler pipes, because all the other vertical and horizontal space was taken up by something else. Oh, absolute mess. System map.
System
What in
cartography.
the hell is this? Yeah, nothing exciting, but... Resume course?
Selecting next system en route.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Alright, now we have to get out of this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put up a seizure warning. Yeah, it was, it was interesting. Well, I tell you what, with, what was going on recently with that YouTube streamer who was out in the, suicide forest in Japan, and things that went... I'm not here to say whether, you know, what he did was right or wrong. I don't know very much about the story. I just know that he apparently said some stuff they mightn't oughta shoulda said. But I have a little bit of sympathy for that. So, personal story. September 11th, 2001, I did a late night shift on the 10th. Slept in the morning, so I didn't know what was happening until it had already been going on for an hour or so. Wake up, see the news, skip class at the college where I was taking courses, and immediately went into work. See what I could do to help out. Well, we're not doing too much. I mean, we're just doing a lot of interviews with local law enforcement. We're trying to build up the interview bank, because we know at some point we're going to have to switch back from the network feed and actually cover some local stuff. But nobody was really thinking about that at the time. So we get a call in from somebody, and they said there's a guy dragging a cross down Highway 122 right through the middle of Mason City. Well, at this point on the outskirts heading west. And Bob, our news guy, Bob and I kind of look at each other and we kind of mutter, what in the actual... Grab the recording gear, get into Bob's car, and head out to interview. And going on there, Bob's talking about, you know, how these are days where you really got to be professional. You've really got to... You can't be a radio personality at times like this. You've just got to be a reporter, an interviewer, kind of like Dragnet, just the facts. And yet... we pull up, and sure enough, there's a guy dragging a 12-foot cross down the highway. The first thing Bob says when he pulls up is, "Jesus Christ, what are you doing, man?" Of course, we edited that out, but you know, it's kind of an example that anybody, whether you got 20, 30, 40 years experience in any field. Exactly, facepalm. 20, 30, 40 years experience in the field, you can still make a mistake like that. You can still just go... It just comes out. Let's see here. We got possibly chocolate chip planets, but they're at 72,000 light seconds. Nope. Now, the upside of actually working at a station like that was built into a bank was that I did not repeat the mistake of my predecessor and start screaming, "We're all going to die," when a tornado warning happened. I just flipped a couple of switches and rerouted all the stations into one board in the production room, which happened to be built into the old bank vault.
Fuel scooping.
Obviously, yeah, well, you know. System map.
System cartography.
Possible? We'll have a look at this and see what it is. Still not sure what I'm looking for, but I've been reassured that if you look at the hologram of a planet and it's got kind of a bird or fish on the lower left quadrant of the hologram, then you've got something that's either Earth-like or ammonia. And since I don't know what bird or fish-like and what in the hell is going on with my skybox? Frontier. The galaxy's drunk again. I think the renderer just gave up and said, "Yep, a lot of stars." Yep, I've hit that part of the galaxy. The part where everything just kind of goes wonky is a good term. Ammonia world. Okay, so the hologram looks kind of like that. Okay, I can kind of see the fish now. It's got a fin on top, and you know it's kind of pointing towards the right. And okay, I can see that. I got that. If that's a Borg cloaking device, that is the crappiest cloak I have ever seen. They may as well just thrown a green screen over it and said, "No ship here, look somewhere else." Resume course.
Locking system destination.
Though hilariously, now I'm thinking of a few thousand Borg drones actually trying to make a curtain that big. Right, let's get the star while we're here, too. Budget cuts. Yeah. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Yep, I know about those budget cuts. Again, funny radio story. When you come into work one morning and you see they're actually holding a yard sale in the parking lot, sell off office furniture to make payroll. This was a few weeks after the memo we got from management saying that we had to bring our own toilet paper into work because they weren't paying for it anymore. Talk about cheap.
Fuel scooping complete.
Management never seemed to quite realize there was a fine balancing act during the holidays, that yes, if you sell more commercial airtime, you make more money, but you don't actually get any listeners because you're running 45 minutes of commercials an hour. Anyway, that's just me going off on a tangent. Back to the galaxy. System map.
System map.
Just the star.
Fuel scooping complete.
Resume course?
Locking next star system.
Yeah, not that much people listen to radio anymore. Well, I mean... it used to be. Well, you know, you look at Cirrus or... Cirrus? Cumulus. Now they watch streams. Yeah, except I get my ass sued if I play any music. Oh, glad to hear it. Picked up voice attack for Christmas. It's really good. I was just helping a friend out. He got a VR rig, but he doesn't have a big enough
Fuel scooping.
Hotas to handle all the buttons and switches that you need to manipulate the galaxy map in VR. And it was driving him crazy trying to figure out
Complete.
how to get to the text entry box on it. Well, a little bit of poking around with voice attack, and you're able to... Well, here's, I mean... Oh, how'd I say it? Open course plotter.
Stellar cartography. Setting course.
Right there, and it takes me directly to the text input. I mean, I haven't gotten it entirely tuned. Basically, I took a voice command that had been going with the, with Alex, and I just duplicated it and chopped down a bunch of commands. The original command, and I still have it, is something like set a course for Professor Palin, or plot a route for Felicity Farseer, or to Felicity Farseer. Stuff like that where you just contact the engineers. Well, I just chopped down the part where it was listening for a specific name and left the text entry box. System map.
System map.
3 lumps of elemental carbon and iron. Nothing terraformable there. Resume course?
System destination locked.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive super.
Boost activated.
Elite Dangerous is spectacular in VR, and it is spectacularly frustrating in VR. Because trying to manipulate a mouse in a 3D setting is very, very tough. Oop. "36 new objects. Most of them are probably going to be garbage. Like asteroids. I'm not even making out that many planets. Asteroid belt. Yeah, 3 gas giants, assorted moons, but most of it is this
Fuel
rock
scooping
piles
complete.
here. Galaxy map.
Displaying map.
Actually, while we are here... How close are we? There we are. Okay, I know for a fact there's a black hole there. So why am I not able to get anything there? Alright. Old-fashioned way. We're only 4,300 light years away. Take care, Kobo. Hope to see you again soon. Alright, well, the Navicomp's chugging away there. $4,300 light years. Think we can make that by the end of stream? I think we can do that. I mean, we may have to skip some interesting sites, but there's always going to be more interesting sites. Huh. Let's make a sprint. Let's see if we can do that. There we go. Update the information. Sprinting to Sag A star today. $96. Come on. There we go. We got a route. 46 jumps. Oh, that's easy. Hour and a half, maybe? Well, start the clock. Away we go. It is 20:38 right now. $20:38. Plenty of neutron boosts. Honk, scoop, see what's going on, keep on jumping. Three stars and a bunch of rocks. Stu, hey there. And, Mad, yeah, I'm in... I'm in Washington. Well, theoretically. Hell, I don't know where I am half the time. Well, no, that's a lie. I usually know right where I'm at. I'm usually there. Showed up just in time. We're going to make a 4,600 light year sprint. Oh, yeah. Wait, my display being 4:39 p.m. That's not right. Where are you seeing 4:39 at? Oh, 2040? Yeah, that'd actually be 840. The in-game display is always set on GMT. The in-game clock is always set to GMT. I haven't seen a way to change it. I don't think there is one. Math sucks. Still sick. Well, don't worry. Math will still be sucking after you get done being sick. Galactic mean time. Yeah, pretty much. Some other way for the Federation to oppress the Empire or something like that. I don't know. System map.
System cartography.
High metal content and some icy worlds. System map.
System
Two
cartography.
objects, just 2 stars.
Fuel scooping complete.
I thought I was something like 4,000 light years away, so if I'm still... if I'm still on course with 42 jumps, that means we're going to be covering a lot of neutron jumps here. A lot. Probably going to be getting a lot of these things undiscovered, too.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System map.
Fuel scooping complete.
Gas giants and moons. So 40 jumps. Each jump takes approximately 21 seconds. Absolutely beautiful out here. It's stunning. Especially if I pull away from the star a little bit. Let's get a scoop on and then get away from the star a bit. System map.
System cartography.
Fuel scooping complete.
Now let's get away from the primary a little bit, and then you can see just what the local star field looks like. This is actually pretty tame. I think this is actually being obscured by a lot of the dust. Anyway, charging for jump, moving on to the next system. Because, yeah, there must be a lot being concealed and being drowned out by the light of the galactic disk there. Because we're moving straight through the bar structure, I guess it's called. The galactic bar.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System map.
Fuel scooping complete.
Nope. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Wait, what? 1.2 light years. Alex, why did you only move me a light year and change? This next jump had better be a neutron star, or I'm going to be very confused.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
I'm a bit burnt out trying to help the streamers who bought the game on sale. Oh no. How bad is it, iMage? System map.
System map.
Suppose it's kind of gauche to, pretty bad on average, to suggest, you know, a series of videos on YouTube. Hint, hint. Alright, good. A neutron star. A proper super jumper. System map.
System cartography.
So you want to know about Streaming Elite? Well... Resume course.
Locking system destination.
I shouldn't be too hard on anybody. We all started somewhere.
Frameshift drive supercharged.
Boost activated.
We all started somewhere. But, yeah, I may go popping around some of the other streams afterwards, see what's going on. Not to backseat or anything. Just... Ah, gotcha. System map.
System cartography.
Oh, you can do shooting in this. It's just... you know.
Fuel scooping complete.
Well, we all started somewhere. Buddy, you okay? Beast? Alright. His tail goes thump. I heard a thud. And yep, Hank just decided to tip his ass over and show his tummy. System map.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
Again, nothing really too terribly enthralling here. Lock on the nav beacon. No, the other nav beacon. To be fair, Frontier could actually elaborate on that one a little bit. I can count 3 separate nav beacons. System map.
System cartography.
Because there's the nav beacon on your nav menu. Over here. And then when you drop down into the nav beacon, there is a location and a physical object. Resume course.
Selecting next system en route.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive
Boost activated.
Hit it.
Preparing for jump. Hyperspace, checking systems now.
Yeah, it's nothing major. It's just little irritations, I guess. Or,
Key
well,
systems are at optimal levels. Readying for exit now.
I would almost call it
Exploration data saved.
obfuscating. Well, not quite obfuscating stupidity, but purposely inducing confusion by, 3 separate nav beacons like that, which are all the same place, just aren't all the same thing. Anyway. So, continuing on. Got a whole lot of nothing here. Maybe. I don't know. Meow has gotten really big on, They Are Billions. And that's a game. That's a game designed for irritation, too. Or, was it Get Over It? The one with the guy in a pot with a hammer? I mean, some people feed on it. I know that's not all, but by comparison, this seems pretty tame. It's just still some little stuff. And I haven't actually looked at Transformers versus Visionaries yet. That was... I heard about it, I saw it on the sites, and I went... How does that even... And no. Nope, what we have here is a collection of rocks and ice. Oh yeah, I watched the Visionaries cartoon way back when too, but yeah, this is a whole different creature. Transformers and Mask, that works. They are both very much, in each other's wheelhouse. There's some overlapping there. Hell, that crosses over with G.I. Joe so easily. But not Visionaries. Funny story, actually. When they were starting to come out with the toys and the playset, resume course.
System destination locked.
This is 1986, maybe? There were a bunch of executives who said, hey, we want something like Castle Grayskull for the He-Man toys.
Boost activated.
Okay, we can do that. We want a castle. Okay, we can do that. And we want a free-floating hologram of a wizard. I'm sorry, what? And we want him to be animated so he can talk to you. I'm sorry, sir. You're gonna have to speak up. I think I had some crazy in my ears there. You want us to what? So, of course, something like that was never going to get off the ground for under 4 digits if you sold it in stores, so obviously that idea got scrapped. And people thought the USS Flag was an expensive toy.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
System map.
System map.
I can't pull up pictures right now, but actually something that's just astonishing to me is somebody actually made an honest-to-God 2-scale USS Flag. Something like 66 feet long, and 2-scale with G.I. Joe figures and jets. If you can find pictures of it online, it is a sight to behold.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System cartography.
Fuel scooping complete.
Hey Vertex, what's cracking? Not a whole lot, just sprinting on over to Sag A star. 29 more jumps to go. And just talking over old nostalgia. iMage brought up the Visionaries vs. Transformers comic book, which I'd heard about and went, how does that even work as a concept, and promptly forgot. And then I got to mentioning the old G.I. Joe flag toy, the 7-foot-long aircraft carrier playset you could get. Which then segued into the subject of the 66-foot aircraft carrier playset that somebody built in their basement. And I thought I was going a little overboard with the cockpit seats, but no. Resume course.
Locking next star system.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive
Boost
supercharged.
activated.
And now we are just making a whole heap and helping of neutron-boosted jumps towards the galactic core. Thursday. I may just stay out here and just gather up money until, well, I don't know when. Until I get bored, I guess. Anytime I'm flying somewhere in Elite, it's not a bad thing. It's just that anywhere I'm at, I want to be somewhere else. If I'm doing one thing, I want to go do another thing. If I'm doing that thing, I suddenly want to go do something else. Rumbles.
Fuel scooping complete.
System map.
System map.
People say there's nothing to do in Elite, and I just keep going, God, there's too much to do in Elite.
We are being hailed.
From Skeleton Jack, wanted to say thank you for getting me in on the space adventure. Hope Hank is enjoying his belly scritches. Well, he's decided to set up shop right at the base of my seat. And has actually... He actually stood up. Stupid fingers and all the typos. Hank actually stood up and pushed my armrest out of the way.
Fuel scooping.
Because my arm, it was in the way of my arm. If I were to reach down and try to scritch him.
Complete.
System map.
System map.
I like the fact it's slower than a regular FPS, and I can set the level of activity based on mission. Yeah. Yeah. You can be as frantic or as chill as you want. So no, Hank has actually figured out how to get armrests out of the way so as to maximize tummy rubs for him. Yeah, the idea of a Hank cam mentioned in the New Year's Eve video, I might rig up something like that. I mean, it would just be Hank sleeping a lot, but he's a cat, what do you expect? System map.
System cartography.
You should hear him at 4 in the morning. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
He likes to open up the closet because
Drive operating beyond safety.
it's a bit of a cold spot in the closet, and he's a long-haired cat, and he likes his Nordic environments. That, and he just kind of, well, one second. That, and he just kind of likes the idea of a quiet, dark place where he can be. And that's out of all of the light. But we always shut the closet door. Well, that doesn't bother him at all. He will actually... He actually knows how to reach in and manipulate the door. You kind of hear a little scritch, 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 and then you hear the closet door actually open up. And he will go in, and then he will close it behind him most of the way. I have never seen a cat so handy, actually, with doors.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System map.
Got here gas giants. Maybe a chocolate chip cookie here. Well, it's 1300 light seconds. Let's go have a look. Yeah, he's a very clever meow.
Fuel scooping complete.
Kind of reminds me of my dad's old dog, Millhouse. Australian Shepherd. Brilliant animal. Dad had him trained so that when, if or when, and, well, when livestock got out, Dad could point at a specific cow, and he could point at a specific part of the fence that was still down, and he would say, "Get him." And that dog would be off like a shot and would put that cow exactly through that hole in the fence and get him back into where they were supposed to be. Also, the dog was an absolute troll. There's at one point where there was a cow that was being really, really ornery. And by ornery, I mean this was a cow with murder in her eyes. As most cows are, actually. And she was trying her damnedest to stomp that dog into a puddle under her hooves. Well, just class 1, nothing else. Beautiful starfield, though. So the dog decides, okay, we're going to have some fun or something. I don't know what was going through this dog's mind, but he was smart enough that, resume course.
Selecting next destination.
He ends up sitting in front of a tree, and she comes charging at him full speed, and I swear to Jeebus, he smirked as he pulled off a Looney Tunes, Chuck Jones, Bugs Bunny kind of sideways glance before stepping to the side and watching this cow go thundering past at full speed, headfirst into a very large oak tree. And this cow actually stopped, shook her head, took 2 steps backwards, and fell over. Didn't kill her, but the jury was out for a few seconds.
Fuel scooping.
Oh, this thing had something like an 8-foot trunk.
Fuel scooping complete.
System map.
System cartography.
Yeah, he was a good dog. Another time I remember we were trying to move cattle from one field to another. Not a sheepdog, Australian Shepherd. So I guess technically maybe sheepdog, but he'd never seen a sheep in his life. It was just the natural herding instinct or something. But I remember another time where Dad saddled up the horse and we were going to move the entire herd from one pasture to the other. Okay, what am I looking at here? Okay. Apparently this was Frontier's safety protocols kicking in again, so that I didn't end up splatting through a star. So no, moving the herd from one pasture to the other, Dad saddles up the horse, and he has me driving a feed wagon. Hop on the tractor, hook up the wagon, give them a little something for incentive. I'd lead, they'd follow, he'd ride herd with the dog, and sweep up any stragglers. Well, that was the plan, anyway. I'm in position about a half mile from the house, and I see Dad ride the horse down into the valley. I see the dog following the horse. There's a longer than usual pause. Resume course.
Selecting next system en route.
Wish that had kicked in when I went to the Neutron twins and skipped through the white dwarf as I dropped out of witch space. Oh, yeah.
Warning. Frameshift
Code brown.
drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift
Boost
drive
activated.
supercharged.
So, a longer than usual pause, and then I see the horse come back up the other side of the valley. And I see the dog chasing him. Actually, I see the dog hanging from his tail. And I don't see Dad or the saddle. Then I see Dad walking up the valley with a saddle. He doesn't say a word the entire time. Just throws the saddle up on one of the utility boxes on the tractor, climbs up on the running board and says, "Let's go home." So, getting that story figured out, and again, the binary, or the anti-collision system kicks in. God, we've got brown dwarfs, gas giants, couple of, what is this, K-class? K-class. Managing to pull the story out of him. Apparently what happened, resume course,
Selecting next destination.
he got down into the valley, and the horse got a little, spirited with something. That he wanted to go play. Well, he gave a buck and broke the saddle strap. This was a 40-year-old saddle, and well, anyway, things just break on him sometimes. Dad went up in the air, Saddle went up in the air. Dad hit frozen ground very hard. Saddle landed on him. Actually knocked him out for a few seconds. He comes to and the dog is licking his face. The only thing he said to the dog was, "Kill that horse." The dog is off like a shot. System map.
System map.
Alright, now we're getting back into the neutron stars that have been explored, so we gotta be getting close to... Yeah, we're 20 jumps out from the core. Resume course?
Selecting next destination.
I see it, Mad. We'll supercharge the drives first, and then we'll ascertain fuel state.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Boost activated.
Alright, we're gonna have to divert because I didn't actually fill the tank on the last one I should have. Galaxy map.
Galaxy map.
So we need a fuel stop. This'll work. I saw it. I saw we were getting low on fuel. I just wanted to see if I could make the next jump. Turns out, no, I could not.
Fuel scooping.
It's okay, I've got fuel limpets, just in case. System map. Come on. Plenty of fuel here. Galaxy map.
Stellar cartography.
Fuel scooping complete.
1,700 light years. We're definitely going to make this by the end of stream. You have to move on from there. You got any ideas, buddy? He's sleeping on a map of the inner sphere that I've got. They just haven't hung back up yet. Alright, full tank. And it looks like it's directing us back towards that neutron star, so we're good there. And we're back on course, no problem at all. System map.
System cartography.
Well, if I'd really, really needed to, I could have scooped here. Wouldn't have been fun, but I could have. Resume course.
Locking next star system.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Boost activated.
And hit it. "19 jumps? Not bad. 1,700 light years in 19 jumps. Tell you what, I'm starting to feel spoiled with all the Neutron jumps. I'm gonna get back to the bubble and it's like, oh, this is taking forever to go somewhere. I mean, I suppose I could use white dwarf star jumps, but risk versus reward on those is unfavorable. FSD integrity is holding up well. I'm going to make a guess. I'm down into maybe the 88 range. Let's have a look. 87. And I've also got two full-on... I mean, this one's running... Well, this one's still topped off, and this is the one I've been using. No other damage to any other modules or subsystems. We can just keep on keeping on at this rate. System map?
System map.
Right. Oh, fuel up. Resume course.
System destination locked.
Fuel scooping.
You know, I probably will cash in that data on stream.
Fuel scooping.
But that's... that's something that's a ways down the road yet. I was just saying earlier, I may end up going to the... You know, I'm on this... I've been to the core before, but I've never actually gone beyond. And if I'm going to say I've flown from one side of the galaxy to the other, I may as well make it a truthful statement. And so, you know, I may end up going to Beagle Point. I mean... When Niao did it on Distant Worlds, they recommended a 34 light-year jump range, and back then, a well-equipped aspect. Words and coughing are hard. A well-equipped Asp Explorer was right about there on the raggedy edge, if you wanted something like a little extra shields to keep yourself from, you know, falling over in a crash or something.
Fuel scooping complete.
And I'm pulling off 60 light-years in this. System map.
System cartography.
So, you know, I may just keep on going. I may be able to cross regions that they were never able to. I mean, I'm not so arrogant as to say that I'm going to go where nobody else has gone and blaze trails nobody else has done, but may end up taking a few different paths just because of the jump range on this thing. And because of my total ignorance of everything out beyond the, everything out on that side of the galaxy. Resume course.
Locking system destination.
Never underestimate the accomplishments of somebody who has no idea what's going on. Also, never underestimate the cost of, rescuing somebody who has no idea what's going on.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift
Boost
drive
activated.
supercharged.
To infinity and beyond, yeah. Something like that. What's the saying? You can never make, you can never make a better mousetrap because the universe always creates a better idiot. Well, I am proud to say that I am on the forefront of that idiocy. Lovely view, and you're probably scanned too, but let's find out. System map.
System cartography.
Yep, Lost in Space discovered this one. Oh, the irony. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Now we're gonna need to check fuel status after this one, I think.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift
Boost
drive
activated.
supercharged.
Jump.
Preparing for jump.
Off to bed. Alright, Stu, thank you for showing up, though. Thank you for chatting around. Have a good night. Didn't seem to come up for some reason. Oh.
Frameshift now engaged.
Oh,
No anomalies detected.
the detailed scan on my elite track. Yeah, Commander Barry
Systems are
Carline,
optimum levels, ready
the programmer of Elite Track, he said that, yeah, he knows about it. Still needs to patch it.
Completing system scan. Stand by. Gathering information. Cartography has now been updated.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System map.
Well, this is just a star system full of bland and disappointment. Resume course.
Locking next star system.
And again, red dwarf stars, they're not flashy, but they are almost literally as reliable as the universe. They just don't run out of fuel. But yeah, Vertex, the jump data will come up, but not the detailed scan data. That still needs to be patched up. System map.
System map.
Oh, it's 95 light seconds. Nope, that's just high metal content. Resume course?
Selecting next destination.
Oh. Oh, well, thank you so much for the subscription. Let's go and, refresh some things. You there. Jade Phoenix has followed. Alright. So that's a follow from yesterday. Restarting that session. Well, it wouldn't surprise me. Twitch likes to be Twitch sometimes. Twitch and Streamlabs. But when that pop-up occurs, I'll fire that back off. But thank you so much for the subscription. Welcome to the crew. You've got a place. You've got a place in the command staff. All subscribers get a place on the command staff. I can't say whether or not it's a high place, but it'll be a place. You're going to be officers on the ship. Just as soon as I figure out what the ship and the command structure and everything else will be. Plank owners. There you go. You guys are going to be plank owners. System map.
System cartography.
That's the term I was looking for. Plank owner. And rings. Ringed stars, ringed gas giants, more ringed stars. It's always neat seeing a ringed brown dwarf star. Far out are you? Well, have a look. 1,000 light seconds? I think we can go have a look at that.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety.
Yeah, we're only 10 jumps out from Sag A, so we got, well,
Frameshift
11
drive
jumps, but
Boost activated.
I'm rounding. Once squadron's debut, I'll be happy to contribute to the cost of a fleet carry and be part of the squadron. Well, thank you very much. That's a mighty big... Well, there you go. Mad Biker Wolf has subscribed. Thank you so much for that, Mad. Now, why hasn't Vertex's subscription gone through? You got 1.5 billion sitting in the Elite Bank. Speaking of ding ding ding... I'm probably going to have that at some point, but, well, I may end up making that much on this trip, depending. You'll sort it out? Alright. So as I was saying, ringed stars, and usually they're brown dwarf stars, but occasionally you find something a little bit bigger with a ring around it, are fairly remarkable if you think about it. I don't know that they can actually exist in the real world. You reckon you'll make that much during the trip? You know, I don't know. Be fun to find out, though. I mean, a star with rings, and I would love to find out if there are bigger stars, you know, higher spectral class stars that have rings on them, but something like this is just remarkable. And if I can line up the shot right... Because again, we're kind of running into that weird section of the game where the galactic map doesn't... The skybox gets a little confused. You know, this might be a good angle. Oh, that's a nice shot. Yeah, that's good. Lights on?
Lights on.
Not that that does much of anything, but... Screenshot.
Capturing image.
That works. That works beautifully. Resume course.
System destination locked.
Jump.
Preparing for jump.
I mean, right now I'm sitting on, what, 600 billion? Or, sorry, 600 million. Oh, if only I had 600 billion. Buy everybody their own carrier.
Vectors.
Shoot, while I was dropped down, I should have done some maintenance on the drive.
Scanning for anomalies. None detected.
So yeah, I'm sitting on 600 million credits right now.
Compiling
So
data for
I'm
cartography.
definitely not going to hit 1.5 billion.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System cartography.
But there are a few ships that I could probably part with. Is there a record for the player that's earned the most? Not that I know. That's not saying there isn't one.
Fuel scooping complete.
A couple of scans off of these worlds just out of curiosity. That Thargoid material collection mission from Palin and Maya. Yeah, that's a good one. High metal content. $96,667 atmospheres. Gravity is 3.7 G. Atmosphere, 98% rock vapor, 2% carbon dioxide. Right. We'll be, skipping along to another planet there. I want none of that one. But I do know that on EDSM, Elite Dangerous Star Map, there's a set of achievements for money. Like, made my first, on my way, made my first million, made my first billion, got more credits than Uncle Scrooge. That's another one of the badges. Okay, 3,300 atmospheres. Atmosphere is 74.6% rock vapor, 25% carbon dioxide, 0.3% sulfur dioxide, 2.5 G, and 3,300 Kelvin. Tidally locked at 18 light seconds, and this one was locked at 10 light seconds. Now, it's still a dimmer, cooler star than our sun, but it's still a K-class star. These worlds are just a little too close for comfort. Resume course.
Selecting next system en route.
So this one's a G-class star. This one's like the sun. System map.
System map.
No planets, though.
Fuel scooping.
Resume course.
Locking system destination.
Right, and let's turn the orbit lines back on so I don't go jumping across the gravity step.
Fuel scooping complete.
That'll end my trip real fast. In Vertex, most of my money I've actually come in lately, I made Elite Tycoon on. Or sorry, no, I made Elite Trade. Passenger missions. Holy damn passenger missions. I I mean, I knew that they paid a couple million here and there for certain missions, but I didn't know about the bulk passenger missions until very recently. Call it within the last few months. In fact, I ended up rebuying an Imperial Cutter, just to load it up with economy class cabins and go hauling passengers up and down the gravity well in the harangue system. Those missions paid for my Corvette and Anaconda, exactly. Those missions are, I was going to say made of money, but that's very self-evident. You're swimming in credits after that.
Fuel scooping complete.
You know what? I never actually replied, and I should do that, because, you know. There, just kind of the polite thing to reply. That's what I'm doing in my Asp Explorer. The passenger missions, yeah. If you can... Okay, I got a full tank, so I can jump on, no problems. Checking fuel status again before I go jumping off into the great beyond. With my alt character, XT977, I started off with a Cobra, moved on to a Keelback, sold the Keelback, went to a Type 6 just because it carries more stuff. Type 6, Type 7, Python. Just running passenger missions. And then I got a Python and I realized, well, I've just capped out at the apex of Starship technology.
Fuel scooping.
I need no more. Yep, Narvik to Brera base.
Fuel scooping complete.
System map.
System map.
Well, you're just a great big heap of disappointment, ain't ya? Also a fast track to allied with the various factions. You're not wrong.
Fuel scooping.
Yeah, the bulk missions give a lot of reputation.
Fuel scooping complete.
Actually, some of them give a lot of influence, too. So somebody else was asking me, and I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to get to this anytime soon. There's a Commander Corvus Mercer, I want to say, was asking me, can you do a So You Want to Fight Thargoids video? Well, unfortunately out here in deep space, I'm not going to be able to for any time soon. But the best suggestion I can give is either, if you're going to try it solo, Anaconda or Type 10, and a whole lot of armor packs. Yeah, I think, Matt, it's some of it is just because it is that much faster. You just got that much faster turnaround time than going to go down and hunt a base and scan stuff. And you can stack them easily enough.
Fuel scooping complete.
Resume course.
Selecting next system en route.
System map.
System cartography.
But yeah, fighting Thargoids, the best suggestion I can give is hull tanking, and if you've got a wing, more hull tanking. And maybe something with carriers like a Federal gunship or an Anaconda where you can, or the Type 10, where you can just load up on AX fighters. Really, the actual Thargoid battle is pretty straightforward, come to think of it. System map.
System cartography.
Gas giant, gas giant, gas giant. Icy rings. Rocky rings, maybe. Resume course.
Locking next star system.
Fuel scooping complete.
Four jumps. Yeah, the Thargoid fight itself is actually straightforward if you've got the ship to just tank the hits and keep pouring fire into them. AX multi-cannon fire into the hearts after you expose them with the missile launchers. At least that's the way it worked for me. There may in fact be many better ways to do that than I did. I just kind of took the brute force approach. System map.
System map.
Ugh. Need snow? We got snow.
Fuel scooping complete.
Looking like the East Coast there. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
So I haven't been paying too much attention to the weather over on the other side of the continent. Has the storm gone into overdrive like they were saying it was going to, or is it still kind of building up for the knockout punch? Anybody on the East Coast or with an interest in weather want to fill me in on that? In the meantime, getting ready for Sag A star here.
Fuel scooping.
And yeah, I don't know what the calculation is on passenger missions, but it could just be that since they stack up faster and you're taking them all to one spot usually, then it just looks like you get that much more rep, because otherwise, you're doing those missions. Otherwise, you're doing, like I said, you're doing the scan job. You jump in system, honk the horn, go looking around. Interesting. It's a water world. Possibly terraformable. If nothing else, it's interesting because it's ringed. And luckily enough, I was going off in that direction anyway. Binary planets, gas giant, and ringed water world. I'm going to get in on a close approach on this one. This'll add a few more credits to the pile. Not really big on land masses here, is it? Just a featureless blue ball. System map.
System map.
Let's see here. 1.3G. Terraforming candidate. Not sure why. Iron magma. 92.86 atmospheres. 93.7 nitrogen. 5.8 argon. 0.4 ammonia. And it's tidally locked with its companion gas giant here. Interesting. Dual rocky rings, A ring and B ring, both pristine reserves, of course. Huh. Oh, that was an interesting little world. Get the star here and keep on going. Resume course.
System destination locked.
Jump.
Preparing for jump. Adjusting for jump.
Thank you.
Hello. Faster than light velocity reached. Temperatures are at an acceptable level. Gathering information, cartography updated.
System map.
System cartography.
Fuel scooping.
Resume course.
Locking system destination.
Well, next stop, core of the galaxy.
Fuel scooping complete.
Full tank of gas. Jump drive is sitting at 85%. Oh, we're good there. Okay, you can actually make out some of the gravitational distortion here at 29 light years. I was gonna say light seconds. No, that's light years. God, the scale of this thing just kind of makes my mind go wibble. Welcome to Sagittarius A star, the core of the galaxy. If you look straight ahead, you will see nothingness. If you look to the left or the right, you will see a lot of stuff waiting for nothingness. Keep your arms and legs inside the car at all times. And do not try to nose boop a black hole. This one actually has a decently sized gravitational step around it, so you can't actually do that. This is the one black hole you cannot nose boop. System map.
System cartography.
No, I never actually got the scan on off the companion star. Should really do that this time. That, and at 110,000 light seconds, we ought to get a really decent view of just how much this monster distorts the local, well, the local everything. System map.
System map.
The specs on this thing: 516,000 solar masses. 15.5 solar radii. Any other black hole I have ever scanned, the solar radius is 0.0000. Nothing. This thing? Oh. Nope, this thing is actually, well, it's a beast. And you can see just how it's, it's actually distorting the view of the Magellanic Clouds right now because I'm still so close to it. I know I could pick up speed if I went away from this thing and didn't orbit as close, but how often do you get to do a close, fast orbit of a supermassive black hole? Actually...
Warning. Temperature critical.
Alright, we're not doing that. I was gonna stop for a photo op, but no. No, eventually you do overheat, just being that close to the gravity well. The frameshift drive, my theory is struggling mightily to keep a bubble of normal space around your ship right now.
Warning. Temperature critical.
I know, I heard you the first time. Okay, we're dropping. But space is still kind of bent as I'm getting away from here. There we go. As you were pulling away from the black hole, the local starfield was kind of doing a dolly zoom, straight out of Hitchcock, straight out of the what movie was it? Vertigo. Galaxy map.
Displaying map.
Now we're gonna figure out where to go from here. This looks like a good spot. I don't know what's here, but there must be something. Now we let the Navicomp chug away, and yeah. Not much else to do at the moment. We're super cruising towards a big star, which I want the scan on. Beagle Point sprint. You know, Wesley, that's not a bad idea. Well, let's see what this does. So we got 5,000 light years. Well, 50... Yeah, let's call it 5,000, just to round down a little bit. As long as this is taking, I have to remind myself that Niao had to do a lot more waiting on her Navicomp. And a bunch of hand calculations to actually get it to a place where the Navicomp didn't just totally lock up with choices. Old school exploration. Spartans, hello there. Question for you. How do I find a Herbig star? To be honest, let me double check on that real quick. Okay, we got the route plotted. Star's still going. Okay, let's find out. I want to say those are in the carbon star range, but I could be wrong. Because actually, okay, is that a carbon star? Or is that a... let's see here. Wait, no, that's not a carbon star. It's not on the way out, it's on the way in. It's a protostar. Right, Herbig class stars are protostars. So what you want to do is go into the galaxy map and set your star class for protostars. And then just kind of hop around and hope you find something. Because most of these are going to be T-Tories. Unfortunately. What was I thinking of? What was I thinking of off the main sequence? I was thinking S-class stars. That's what I was thinking. It's a crazy curiosity. You're kidding me. I was gonna be like, wait, are you serious? I can just enter it into the map? No, of course it wouldn't be that easy. Bartons, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the crew. Hope you enjoy the stay. Don't have to be crazy. It just helps a lot around here. 07 to you too, Commander. See, actually, you got me wondering now. Is there a faster way to find... Here... Forums... Yeah, they may show up as protostars, or according to this on Frontier forums, they may show up as non-main sequence. I don't understand why, because they're mostly, I mean, they're just bigger stars that are in the proto stage. But If I understood the way Elite Dangerous did half the things be, behind the curtain, well, I'd be in a much better position. I'd be like the go-to guy for everything. I'm not? Well, I don't claim to be, but I try to muddle through, and I hopefully I give good information to people. Lagoon Sector, HR-W, E1. Okay, so now you've got a star there. You've got a location on it. Now to see if that is... I'm going to slow down to normal speed here, approach speed. Her big star is like a larger star that is still hasn't quite hit the fusion stage yet. At least as far as I know, it was basically just like a Class A or a Class B or maybe even a Class O that was the T-Tauri equivalent. So let's look up Lagoon Sector. Copy that down. The opposite of a his big star. I don't even know what to say to that. Okay, so if we go here, let's check the map filter. Let's find out what it shows up as. So, protostar. Turn it off. Okay. Non-sequence. Nope, it shows up as a protostar. Wesley, 9271, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the crew. So yeah, her big stars apparently show up as protostars on the map filter. And then you got this sucker, which is... This is an O-class star. This is about as big a star as you can get, and as you can see, it is pumping out a lot of energy. Wait, what? B? This is not a B-class star for the amount of... Weird. That is a very energetic B-class star. Usually those are a lot more blue than ultraviolet. System map.
System cartography.
That's weird. Nope, that's showing up as a Class B star. 15 solar masses, 5.4 solar radii. I don't know that I've ever seen that bright a B-class star before. Then again, this is Sag A star, so everything is weird in this place. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Yeah, giant space blacklight, that's basically what it is. If you're in the bubble, or relatively close to the bubble, and you've got a mind for exploration, the star system HIP 63835 is just a treasure trove of weirdness. If you haven't been there, that's got an actual honest-to-Jeebus O-class star. And those things are just... Well, like I said, they pump out a lot of energy, and most of the light is not in the visual spectrum, or in the visible spectrum, it's more in the... up towards the UV range. But yeah, I hammer on this one a lot, but 63835 is one of the best star systems to go for an explorer. Only 700,000? I would have thought it would be in the millions now. Is that pre or post buff? But yeah, DCAT, you're actually on the right side of the bubble for it. I think HIP 63835 is something like 300 light years from DCAT. Terminus, howdy! How you doing there? Just started exploring. Any tips on ships? In a pinch, the Cobra Mark III is a great all-rounder. Just make sure you put a decent fuel scoop on it, class 4. Let's see here. If you want more range, a lot more range, go with the Diamondback Explorer. And yeah, if you can afford it, the 6.6 million credit price tag on it, the Asp Explorer is pretty much the go-to ship for exploration. But a Diamondback Explorer is pretty good second place on that. It's about a quarter of the price too. Okay, so you just went there a week or so ago? Alright. So yeah, 63835 will net you the better part of 1 million credits.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System map.
Ringed star, nothing else. Resume course.
System destination locked.
Good choice on that.
Fuel scooping complete.
And yeah, Mad speaks truth there, that a Diamondback Explorer is a great explorer, but it can be a little bit limited in the other roles, whereas an Asp Explorer actually makes a decent multi-role for a lot of stuff. It just really, really excels at exploration. The only thing that beats an Asp Explorer would be something like my ship. I've got an Anaconda that I've rigged out for exploring.
Your words are appreciated.
Oh, thank you so much for that donation, Vertex. And yeah, HIP 63835. System map.
System cartography.
What in the... High metal content. High metal content. High metal content and snowball and snowball. Well, I gave them a listen, and yeah, they weren't anything too terribly exciting. Not for the distance and time investment. Alright, let's top off the tank here. Now, for those that aren't, well, actually, for everybody, you aren't seeing what I'm doing, but I'm able to turn up the... Okay, I have surface sensor and advanced discovery, but I'm in a hauler. Well, haulers actually make decent explorers. I mean, you can crank up the jump drive on them, but yeah, they can't carry a whole lot of anything. But yeah, I'm able to turn up my computer volume separate from my microphone here without blowing your guys' ears out. And I'm able to listen in on the planets. If you hear bubbling water, it's a water world. If you hear bird calls, it's an Earth-like. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Yeah, I wouldn't go out on any major expeditions with it, but... Well, if you can fit a decent scoop to it, then, I mean, it would make a decent short-range explorer. I guess within 1,000 light years of the bubble. If you're willing to be brave enough to go out in a hauler. Then again, I'm going out in an Anaconda, and really the only difference between an Exploration Hauler and an Exploration Anaconda is the range and the amount of hit points. They're both flying targets if anybody wanted to take a swing at them.
Fuel scooping.
Have you ever been to Colonia? I have, just not on this account. I've got a secondary that I set up a while back.
Fuel scooping complete.
Beautiful area. I love all the nebulas, and the star density is pretty high too. System map.
System map.
Speaking of star density, let's get away from the glare here a little bit and see what the star field's looking like. Scared to navigate that far? Yeah. It took me a while to get out this far too. It's like, you know, when you realize just how much empty space is out there and how far you are away from help. But, Bartons, I will tell you, there is a... if you go to eddb.io, there is a list, you can pull up a list of stations that are nearest your location. For instance, let's see, if I were to go there right now. Here, go there, pull up, let's see here, stations, and reference system. So I just pull up Sag A star here for a reference system. Find stations. Actually, there's a station 11,000 light years away from me. That's still a long ways, but there's a set of stations that have been established along the route between the Bubble and Colonia. So if you run into trouble, if your hull starts getting down, I mean, if I really need to run into trouble, I can actually cover 11,000 light years pretty quick. But there is a station here in this nebula. And as you can see, I mean, that's... Here's the Bubble. Here's Colonia. There's a station in this nebula, and it offers repair, and it may even offer a shipyard where you can have a... Let's pull that up and find out. Polo Harbor. It's a ground-based installation. It has a market. It offers restock, refuel, and repair. So not the most advanced station out there, but I do know there's a couple of places in the Eagle Nebula which have shipyards where you can call a ship to, you know, be on standby. If you're like, well, I don't like this ship, I think I will, you know, call up a ship with maybe a little bit more cargo space or a little bit longer legs. Inara.cz is also a really good site. You're right, Terminus. I'm tied into all of them. I've got accounts on Inara, EDDB, EDSM, OBAFGKM, KGB Foam, XYZ, CIA, FBI, NSA.
Fuel scooping.
And maybe even the local neighborhood watch. I'm not sure.
Fuel scooping complete.
And also, because I have to get better at this, with Vertex 9's donation, the message, keep up the brilliant exploration, Moo. Well, I will do my best. Now, the brilliant observation, that needs a little bit of work, apparently.
Fuel scooping.
We all have NSA, either whether we want it or not. True.
Fuel scooping complete.
Working on my Empire rank, I'd like to get the Imperial Clipper. Clipper is a good, fun ship. I know that I know for a fact someone actually managed to get one out to Beagle Point during the during Distant Worlds, and that was before the engineering. System map.
System cartography.
Now with engineering, if you chop it down, you can have a really, really high-speed explorer. I mean, it's not going to get very far on the hyperdrive compared to other explorers, but hell, once you're out here, it doesn't matter whether you can jump 6 light years or 60. Everything is a new discovery. Beagle Point Sprint. You joke about that, you say lol, but you know I'm actually kind of ending up going in that direction. We aren't going to be we aren't going to be sprinting there by any means, but we'll be out there. Working on Alliance rank in case I need it for the Chieftain. Not a bad idea.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
System map.
System map.
Actually, there's nothing here. Galaxy map.
Galaxy map.
So where, let's see here. Getting out to here. Go with the actual realistic view. 4,600 light years and 50 jumps. Damn, this thing eats up the miles quick. Also, just asking about what a good explorer ship is. Kinda a non-standard choice, but I have actually discovered I really, really like flying around in an Orca that I have stripped for weight and put a really good jump drive into. It's fast. You can, even with the smallest engine, it'll still do something like 400 meters per second.
Fuel scooping.
And the view out the window is amazing.
Fuel scooping complete.
It's just got this wall of glass out ahead of you. Which also helps if you are flying with a friend and they're sitting in the seat next to you, because if you're in the jump seat or the secondary seat on an Asp Explorer, you've just got a great big ceiling ahead above you, starting right about here. The view in the secondary seat on an Asp Explorer is not something I'd write home about. You know, unless I was writing home to say, "Dear God, I hate this seat." 7,900 light seconds? Nope. Not for a chocolate chip cookie. Also, it's kind of hilarious whenever you hit the boosters on an Orca, you hear the fasten seatbelt. Bing!
Fuel scooping.
Orca's good. Using the beluga, but I miss the little brother. Yeah, with little being such a relative term.
Fuel scooping complete.
I was thinking of bringing Orca out here, but at the same time, I've just put so much energy into getting this Anaconda going for extreme long range. I mean, I even took it to Shinrarta Desra. A few Trinary Worlds, neat. I took it to Shinrarta Desra to Laurie Jameson. and I grabbed a lot of materials in order to chop the weight on the sensor package and life support. I mean, yeah, I lose a little bit of life support integrity, but even with a really good tank, I'm stuck out here if something goes bad. That, and you can restock life support now off of synthesis, and with repair limpets, you can just fix the canopy straight up.
Fuel scooping.
Here, are you using AFMC? I'm using the auto field maintenance unit. Actually, I've got them doubled up. I've got 2 of them just in case one takes damage, or both take damage. Then I can run repairs on them, alternating. I'm also running fuel transfer limpets and repair limpets, just in case I run into somebody out here that needs a hand, or in case I end up blowing out my canopy. Nah. I find it kind of funny, though, that it actually takes less materials to do something like restocking limpets than it does to restock a heatsink. Because you'd think a heatsink was just a lump of iron that you dumped a bunch of heat into and then threw overboard, but if you want to restock a heatsink, you need a bunch of conductors and heat conduction wiring, and with restocking limpets, all you need, I think, is iron and nickel. Go figure.
Fuel scooping complete.
System map.
System map.
But no, this is the first time I've actually been flying away from the core in this direction. I'm so used to seeing that band across the sky as the core. Well, no, now it's just another one of the galactic arms. The last time I did this core run, I came down from near vertical, actually. I went something like 3,000 light years above the core. That's a good point, Mad. New explorers who don't have a ton of materials should always have an SRV just in case they need to go and pick up, pick up some iron, nickel, sulfur, whatever from the surface to replenish your air, replenish your limpets, whatever. Replenish your anything. So I can refill my field maintenance unit, my heat sinks, my life support. I can't actually refill my limpets. Son of a. With an SRV, then you can land on a planetary surface and go pick up more iron or something. Like right here, I've got 2 SRVs on my ship. And what would I need to refill my limpets? I need 10 iron, and I only have 8. System map.
System cartography.
Actually, show the procedure here, maybe. Actually, this is one of the main worlds, so it may be a little bit higher gravity than I want to deal with. But I do need the iron anyway, so get a scan off the star. Already did that. Now for you. I mean, I may as well do it now so I can get 4 more Limpets on board. Just in case. I'm down the road. System map.
System cartography.
Running here. High metal content, 1.06. 23.5% iron. Alright. So it's a... Yeah, if it has iron. That's why I was just checking on in the system map. It could have been a rocky world. No, this is a high metal content at least. This one's got a 2G gravity on it, so I'm gonna try to not plant this thing in the ground. But also, if you need a world that has like, is it gallium or vanadium? What's this? It's the germanium. Germanium and vanadium, you can use those to... Yeah, or have a mining laser, but that's a little more... That can be a little bit more iffy in some cases. That and scooping up stuff versus, you know, in orbit versus on the ground. But yeah, you may need to synthesize a quick jump boost. Maybe not for the distance, but a jump boost will also increase fuel efficiency on a normal-sized jump. So it can be a good way to get yourself out of an oh crap situation. That, and at least at 2G, the SRV isn't going to be bouncing around off of every pebble it hits. Yeah, plan on a long time searching if you need rare materials. Just the way it goes. Interestingly, this is saying it's only like 1.06 G. Did I read the wrong planet? Oh well. Gear down.
Landing gear deployed.
You think there's a difference between a crater, a mountain, or a flat space for finding mineable material? I used to, but I've seen so much, you know, that it seems to just fall into RNG, no matter where I go. Gonna hit a little hard, but we still have shields, so perfectly good. El Danny, hey! Yeah, long time no see, how you been? Oh right, I gotta power up the SRV.
Drive assist.
I'm already making out some low band stuff over here. Would be good enough to find and just get a couple of chunks of iron. I don't need anything major. I don't have a big shopping list, just enough to restore some limpets just in case. And yeah, Happy New Year to you too, Eldani. Hopefully everything's been going well for you. Nothing major, just going to pick up this rock over here. Where we get nickel, carbon, phosphorus, iron, and zirconium. And that's all I needed. I just needed a little bit extra iron just in case I need to synthesize some more limpets. Let's get back to the boat and get back skyward. Took 30 minutes to dig your car out, parked for 3 weeks. Yeah, it kind of turns into a game of hotter or colder. Well, the shields are just about back up. Turn you off. Light off the engines. You're up.
Retracting landing modules.
Resume course.
Locking system destination.
And we can even see it from here, so we don't have to get too high off the ground. Oh, thanks to your advice, I'm currently placing an order for a T16000M. Nice. Are you getting just the stick, or are you going for the FCS setup with the throttle as well? Take care, Wesley. Good to chat with you. Ah, the full Hotas setup? Nice. Alright, so now we're back on the road. We got enough for limpets in case of emergency. We've got air. We've got everything we need.
Fuel scooping complete.
Got fuel. System map.
System map.
Yeah, the throttle is a little... It likes to hang up a little bit, but Yeah, like Mad said, a little bit of breaking in, it's good. Oh, it's so good. I love the linear slider throttle versus the over-the-top kind of arc.
Fuel scooping.
System map, just 2 stars.
System map.
Fuel scooping complete.
Some cheap Thrustmaster Hotas. Cable connecting both pieces. Oh, you have the, what would that be? Like the TCS or something? It's one piece, but it can split into 2, maybe? I will still recommend the cheapest Thrustmaster Hotas you can find. It could be made out of the jankiest, dodgiest plastic you could... Hotas X V2. Okay, yeah. I will still recommend the jankiest, dodgiest Thrustmaster Hotas over... well, quite a few things, actually.
Fuel scooping.
Oh, that one I had not heard about.
Fuel scooping complete.
I just... oddly enough, I just copied over the chart I made for the, for Niao's... can't think of it. CH throttle. All of the buttons are almost identical between the FCS throttle and the CH Pro throttle. And if anybody wants my throttle bindings, I can certainly post those up on my page. At least on my Twitch page.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
It's taking me long enough to learn these. Fair enough? Fair enough. You know, I may as well grab all these. They're right here. Yeah, I don't think these are landable bodies, computer. I'm pretty certain these are the opposite of. Okay, why do you not want to... Why are my controls not responding? A little funny. Very nice. Resume course.
Selecting next system en route.
Okay, one quick thing I'm gonna do here. Turn this on. Oh yeah, I'm actually past the galactic core. I've actually gone beyond the core now. Let's see, come on. Okay, that's good. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Sold out from the cheapest online store in Norway. They have to be ordered from the factory. Get it direct from the factory and we're passing the savings on to you. Alright, now we're going to get a boost going here. System map.
System cartography.
Resume course.
Locking next star system.
Warning.
Shoot, that was another chance while I was on the ground. I could have re-upped my frame shift drive.
Boost activated.
Oh well, not like it's failing on me or anything. 84%. It's getting a little... It's gonna start throwing out some errors at me, but not just yet. Oh, we're gonna make good time here. So what, we just, we're probably gonna hit 470 light years in 2 jumps? Well, Terminus. Resume course. Resume course.
Selecting next system in...
I'm using these jet cone boosts off of the Neutron star. If you go into the jet, if you fly carefully enough into this jet, you'll take a little bit of damage to your jump drive,
Warning.
but
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive
Boost activated.
you get that, which multiplies your drive's distance by 4. Saw the Type 10 meteor strike. Yeah, I was just as surprised as anybody else was when that thing hit. It's like, how did... Okay, we've got a winner here in hull tanking. I forget who it was. I think it was Vox. Yeah, it was Vox Tuber. Said, holy shit, I felt that back in Narvert. System map.
System map.
Oh no. No, no. You gonna make me... Waterworld. Okay, thank goodness. Resume course.
Locking system destination.
That is a lot of stars for being in the glare of a G-class star right here. Well, no, it's not too bad, but... Mad, I equipped the Type 10 for hull armor, went to Akinar 3, and just dropped straight down, flight assist off. just to see how tough the Type 10's hull was. Turns out, very. Not only survived, just like, I lost 9% hull. That was it. I think I was doing something... Can somebody verify my speed? I think I was doing something like 500 meters per second when I hit.
Fuel scooping.
Yeah, I'd never seen anything like it before.
Fuel scooping complete.
And, oh, and I landed in a nose-down position. I bounced this thing off the cockpit and survived. System map.
System cartography.
Last frame before impact was 509 meters per second. Holy damn. Yeah. Volvo is alive and well in 3303. They work for the Alliance under the name Lakon. Seriously, it's a Lakon ship. You would expect landing on the cockpit would have scattered glass everywhere. The word whiplash does come to mind. Actually, the word that comes to mind as well, because that's the sound I was expecting to make as, you know, as I vented explosively. I'm gonna have to change that around. For some reason, I'm not able to navigate, I'm not able to, go through the tabs here on the navigation tab, but I can through here, and I can through here, but my galaxy map just doesn't, or my navigation panel is just borked. Oh well, not a major issue at the moment. I don't want to restart. I mean, that pretty much just kills the mood, kills the stream, and besides, I've only got like... I'm going to be taking off in 10 minutes anyway, so... It's not a major problem. Yeah, I'll restart afterwards, but... Well, I was using my head tracker at the moment there. One moment. System map.
System
Oh, El Danny, that would just be crazy talk. Ooh. You're a water world, with a ammonia-based chocolate chip cookie past that. So no, this is me using my head tracker to look over. Now if I want to focus, I can use this. And yeah, it just ain't going. That's alright though, I've still got everything else running fine, so... Whatever it is, I'll get it figured out. I'll get it sorted. Thou shalt not make the canopy the leading component. I don't know how to break this to you, but have you seen the design of the crate? That thing's got two little horns off the wings up above, and that's all that's providing protection. Okay, either I get a fast scan on this one, or we're plowing into the planet. Okay, Waterworld, there we go. System map.
System map.
156 Kelvin, 0.65 atmospheres, 73.7 nitrogen, 25.6 oxygen, 0.5 water. A little on the chilly side, but that can be fixed through a variety of ways. And it's a terraforming candidate. So let's pull up this chocolate chip cookie here. Successful Star Trek, and that's right. And looking back towards the core regions, well, again, we're kind of in that funny area of the game where the skybox gets a little weird. But this one looks like a gas giant with ammonia-based life, so we're gonna go grab that real quick. Relatively, quick being a relative term. Here we go. About time you kicked in. Gas giant with ammonia-based life. Got it. Resume course.
System destination locked.
It's 25 light years away. Oh, it's a neutron star. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, there's a little bit of redefinition of speed here. Damn, that nearly kicked me out into the jet cone. System map.
System map.
And that would have been a very short trip. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive
Boost activated.
Yeah, now you can look over at the functions tab, and I've got a 250 light year drive on this if I was operating on a half tank. It's pulling off some good numbers, though. I've got a 235 light year jump in current state. It's giving me a lot of 234s.
fuel scooping.
System map.
System cartography.
Fuel scooping complete.
God, how much distance have we covered today? Must have covered, let's see, it was about 4,000 light years to the core from where I was at. And now we are... well, I'll have to check. We've covered some ground today. System map.
System cartography.
Get the tank topped off, get away from the star.
Complete.
Okay, so where's Sag A star from here? Okay, about 2,000 light years. Roughly. So, yeah, we've done about 6,000 or so, I guess. Not bad. Alright, we're away from the star, and we are closing in on about, well, sad to say, closing time here. But Hank is looking at me because I gotta go out and run some errands, get some stuff for him. Cats, a very efficient method of turning money into poop. Let's see here, let's turn that down and turn this on. And get the drive repaired. So, for anybody going out on deep space exploration and wanting to use the Neutron road, keep auto field maintenance units around because you're going to need those things to keep your drive up and running and happy. Because if your jump drive ain't happy, you ain't happy. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Mad. Yeah, El Danny, good to talk to you again, even for just a few minutes. See you around. I'll be back on tomorrow, usual time, and hopefully we'll catch you again, too. Always a pleasure, everybody. If you like what you see, go ahead and hit that, that like or that follow button. Really helps the channel out. And in the meantime, I will be back tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. And more deep space shenanigans, conversations, questions answered, questions asked. The usual. Take care, everybody. Fly safe. If you can't fly safe, fly dangerous. If you can't fly safe or fly dangerous, well, like I said the other day, if you're brave enough, any car can be a flying car. And if you don't believe me, there's a video on YouTube called The Super Jump. Look it up. Somebody tried to cross the St. Lawrence River with a ramp and a rocket-powered Lincoln Continental. Take care, everybody. See you around.